This conference will now be recorded.
Hi team, so till now we have discussed like how to create a repository. So we have successfully created a sample repository here. And now what I would like to do is I would like to create a project, right? So let me go ahead and create a project. So we can create a project. Let me delete this and create a new Maven based project. So you can right click and you can click on delete. In order to delete this, make sure you delete from your local folders. So I created something. So let me go ahead and use file new, and you can create a Maven based project. So I'm clicking on Maven project and click on next. And I would like to create a simple project. Clicking on next. I would like to give the framework and click on finish. So we all know how to create a Maven project, and we have studied in our earlier classes. So straight away, I'm creating a Maven project, and it will be creating a form.xml file where we need to give the dependencies like the softwares which needs to be automatically downloaded. So you can see there is a form.xml file created. So let me go to project, editor. I would like to zoom in so that we can get a little bit more viewable. So let me click on dependencies. So dependencies is where we are going to store our dependencies. So we can go to browser and type mvn selenium repo. Go to selenium java. You can take alpha 5 also, it's up to you, but I would like to take the stable version. Likewise, I would like to take testng also in order to write a sample script. Once you save it, then only the files will be saved, and there is something called Maven dependencies. Now since it is not saved, it's not there. Now you can see, now since they are coming and saving it here, now you can see there is something called Maven dependencies. Okay, under the Maven dependencies, you can see all the Selenium and testng based libraries over here. Now we have successfully created the package, and we have successfully created the dependencies. Now what we would like to do is we need to create a sample package. So let me go ahead and create a sample package, new package. And I would like to say form.framework.tests. Okay, so that all the tests will be there inside this. So click on new class. I'd like to take one more library called as WebDriver Manager, so that it automatically takes care of drivers. Let me create a sample test for you folks. So we all know that it sets a Chrome driver, and we need to initialize the driver first. So we can taking the reference of WebDriver interface. We'll create a reference object for it. Finally, I'm closing the browser. And let me go, since we are using TestNG, let me use some reporter. Since we are creating framework, I'm just using all those features. And I would like to print on the console, so that I would like to print a Boolean parameter for it. So let me go ahead and run this test script. It is launching the browser, and it has printed I'm launching the website, and it has been successfully closed. Okay, now I felt have successfully created a sample project. Everything is fine. Now I would like to push it to my central repository. But before pushing it, we need to make sure that it push it to the local repository, right? We already discussed in the concepts. So we need to go to the command prompt, and we need to go to that particular location. You can use graphical user interface tools, but I believe this command line interface works good than graphical user interface tools. You can do like this, or else you can open git bash also. So by going to that particular location and right click them, and you can use git bash here. And you can just delete some of the folders which are not required. Later we can also use git ignore file, but as of now I'm just deleting those target and test output which is not required. And I will say git init. In order to initialize, you can see empty git repository. I would like to say add command git add -a, so that automatically, what is this, cannot handle add as a built-in. Okay, git space add space -a. Okay, I added all the files. Git space status, it should add. You can see all these source, sample class, form settings, all these things are added. Now I will use git commit -m. I'll say initial commit. So if you want, you can also go to this particular location of repo where you created. This also gives you step by step. You can go here and you can connect to this. But before connecting to this central repository, we need to commit it to the local thing, right? That's what I'm doing here. So I'm committing. You can write your message, like in general we'll be writing Jira IDs and all. So now here, let's go ahead and add the origin. So now we have pushed it successfully to the local repository. Now we need to say, hey, this is my central repository. I'm going to tell you this is where you need to go ahead and push it. So now I'm going to say that git remote add origin and the URL of the central repository. So now I added, now if I want to push it, you can use git push origin master. As I told you, there are multiple branches. Master is one of the branch. You can also create branches by using git branch command. But as of now, first, since we don't have anything on the repo, like you can see the source repo, still there is nothing, right? Now I'm going to push it to the source repo by using git push -u for upstream master. So you can see we have already configured the username, email already. So that's why it has been successfully pushed to myrepo.get. So now if I refresh it, this won't be there now because we have successfully pushed it to the master branch. You can see master and you can see pom.xml file. You can open the pom.xml file, which consists of all our dependencies. You can see source master, and if you want to see where is the commit, you can click on commits and who is the author, commit ID, and what is the message, and based on the timestamp you can click on commit so that you can see what are the things which you have added. So these are the things which we have added, and now you can click on branches. If you have multiple branches, it will show the branches, but since you have only one branch, it will show only master branch. And you can always go to source and view the source file. Now let me show you what is the file which is added by us. You can click on source, you can click on this, you can click on the .java file. There you can see the code which was written by us. Normally it will be like frameworks, all those things. I just shown you a sample file which consists of some program. Okay, now someone need to clone it, right? So if they need to clone it, they'll go to source and they'll click on clone, and they'll use this git clone command and they'll clone in these repositories. So this is what they will do. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Now, so someone need to clone it, right? They can use this git clone command and they can clone the repository and start working on it. And now if you want to create multiple branches, you can always go ahead and create it. So you can click on these branches, and why I'm unable to create a branch? You do not have permission to create a branch. Okay, let me see some settings.
This conference will now be recorded.
So you can go to branches. So I just navigated through the entire repository. You can go to the branches and you can click on create branch, and it is saying from where you need to cut a branch. Basically the terminology, they say cut a branch, but the normal operation is from which branch you want to take. So if you have multiple branches, you can click on this drop down and choose these drop downs, and you can name a branch like, okay, normally in real time we'll say future hyphen something like that, but you can give a branch name, but normally we'll give like future Jira ID or story ID hyphen something, what is the message, like that. But it's just the naming convention we just follow in real time, but you can give any name for it. So I'm just giving it as develop branch. So what it will do is it will whatever the code which is there in master, it will be taking care with to the develop branch. So click on create, so that now you can see from master branch it went to the develop branch, right? So now if you want to check out this develop branch, you need to use this command. So go ahead and copy this command, copy this, and go to your particular repo where it is there, right click, click on git bash here again so that it opens a terminal, right? Now what we will do, we'll say git branch. So if you want to, if you don't know which branch you are in right now, you can say git branch. What is the branch we are there right now? We are there in master branch. Now if you paste the command like git checkout, git fetch means it will get the things from the central repository to the local repository and it will not merge, whereas pull will merge it. So and checkout is the command to check out that branch. So now I placed it and hit enter. Now you can see what it is saying. Hey, the new branch is develop branch, and switch it to a new branch. Previously when I type git branch, it is showing the master branch over here. Now you can see when I type git branch, it is saying develop branch. Now as a developer, I will make so many changes in the develop branch again. So I'll go to the branch. So just refresh it. And now you can say, hey, after reporter.log, I would like to print the title also, reporter.log. I keep on developing the project. This is how real-time projects work. You keep on implementing the projects, right? But I'm just making few changes over here. And finally, we are getting the title of that. I'm just making that particular change over there. And I saved it. So this is a sample change, but in real time, we'll make so many other changes also. Let me open git bash and say, if you want to know what are the changes which are done in the project, and if you don't know what are the changes which are made, you can just type a command called as git space status. What it is saying, hey, some branch is modified, this is the branch, and there is some branch which is called as target, you haven't added it. I don't want to add it again because target, all these things will have reports. So don't commit all the reports to the repos. So I'm going to the git bash again. Now I'll say git status. It will say only modified because I already deleted the target one. So we have modified it. Now I will say git space, add space. If you want to add this particular file, you need to enter this complete file path. If you see, if you want to add all the things, it's like git add -a, but if you want to add only single file, you need to say git space add space that complete file path. So this is the file path. So this is the file path. So git is the file path. So we need to say git space add space that particular file path, so that automatically it will add that file. So now let me go ahead and add that file. Let me delete one more space over here. Now you can see that file has been added. Now if you say git space status, since you have already added the file, now you can see it says modified. Previously it is in red color. Now you can see the color got changed. This is how you can verify whether it is changed or not. Now what you can do is again the same thing. You need to commit. Normally in commit we'll write all the IDs so that it will be tracked, but here I'm writing modified test to get the title. So likewise you can write meaningful titles as messages. Normally we keep Jira IDs or ALM story IDs, git commit IDs. You can see one file has been changed. Now I will go to my central repository to view whether the file is there or not. So I'll refresh it. Now I'll click on the branches and I'll click on the develop branch, because previously we have only master, but we created one more branch, develop branch. I will go to develop branch, and in the develop branch I would like to say view source. So now it is the source of develop branch. Now you can see develop branch. If you can click on this drop down, you can see master also. Okay, now you can go to develop branch, click on the source repository, click on this test tab, click on the sample class.java class, and if you go there, where is the thing I have added? I have added a line, right, to get the title of the page, but I am unable to view the title of the page. Where is that line? Any idea? I have added a line in my develop branch, but that is not shown here. Why? No idea. The thing is, you have just committed. Commit will go to the local repository only. If you want to send to the central repository, you need to use push command, so that automatically it will push to the develop branch. You can see develop branch create pull request for the develop branch and all. Now let me refresh this page. Since we have pushed it to the central repository, now it will show it here. As you can see, hey, it is still going here. Let me see pull request. No pull request. Let me see the branch, develop branch. Let me see the commits. Yeah, you can see modified test to get the title. Now it is there. Now go to the source. It needs refreshes. And now let me go to the source package, test1, sample class.java, where you can see it is not there. Why? Because it is not there because it is a source of master. We have pushed it to develop branch. Perfect. Now you can see reporter dot get title. So in the master branch, get title won't be there. If you go to master branch, you can see get title is not there, because we have worked on the develop branch and we have pushed it to develop branch only. Get title is there. Now we'll go to pull request, and we need to raise a pull request so that from develop branch it will be pushed to the master branch. I felt like it is stable, so that I will push the develop branch to the master branch. Now I'll click on create pull request, and I'm sending develop branch to the master branch, and you can say modified type, whatever the description you can say there. And in real time we'll have some reviewers, like how you logged in live. Likewise, some other people also will be there as part of your team, so you can start their things, and you can click this checkbox so that once they approve, it will, once they merge this branch will be automatically closed. That's up to you. So click on create pull request. Once you click on create pull request, before clicking on pull request, you can see the diffs. So this is the diff. This is what you have added over here. So you can click on create pull request, so that whatever the users you have placed it over here, they will get emails stating that you have created a pull request. Now you can see one pull request is open, author. Normally a reviewers will be there, and this is the files changed like this. So many files will be there. So now if reviewers wants, they can give the comment here, so that you need to do this. This is how you can give the comments to the people. And now reviewers, once they see this file is fine, that is called as peer reviews. So they will click on this approve button. Now you can see, since it is called a self approval, but normally reviewers will approve it and they will get a tick mark over here. and finally once all things are working fine, you'll, if they are not good, you'll decline it, or else you'll click on merge. And it is saying merge thing and merge commit. I would like to close the develop branch because my work is done. Whenever the future branches will create only for one, that story will create that. After that, we'll close that branch. In this case, we are closing the develop branch. Clicking on merge, so that what it will do, whatever the code we have developed in develop branch, it will be merged to the master branch and it will close the develop branch. Now you can see revert. If you click on revert, these changes will be reverted. Now if you go to branches, you can see only master. The only reason is we have deleted the develop branch by clicking the checkbox. You can see the updated 25 seconds ago. It is saying approved by modified test. This is the pull request which is taken care, and this is the changes. Now if you go to the source code of master, previously we don't have that get title method, right? Now if I go to the source code of master, you can see master, click on source, click on the project test, click on sample.java. You can see now we are able to get the title. This is how the stable futures are getting approved to the master branch. So in today's class, what we have learned is we have successfully created a repository in Bitbucket, and we have initialized the repository by using git init command. We have added the files by using git add command. We know the status by using git space status command. We committed to the local repository by using git space commit space that message, and we push it to the central repository by using git space push command. And finally, we have already added the branch and we have created multiple branches. We know how to check out git space checkout. If you want to create a branch, git space branch, and we created a branch called develop, and we did some changes, and finally we created a pull request. Now no pull request because we have already merged there. You can see this open pull request, you can say merged. When you change it, you can see one of the pull request which is there over here. So this has merged from develop to master, and we have closed this. Now master is the branch which is having all the code which is stable. So that's how even in real time we'll be keep creating from master, and we'll keep creating the pull request and we'll be sending it to it. If you want to see who committed the code, you can see this is how. First we created an initial commit. After the develop branch came, it cut from master. After that we have merged from here to here. You can see merged the pull request. So this is how the tracking will be there. What are the different things which are taken care? Okay. So we have successfully learned all the git things, Bitbucket things in these two classes. So Bitbucket and Git are successfully done. Thank you very much.